You're ungrateful and no longer part of this family. I'm staring at this text from my mom. It's 11 p.m. on my college graduation day. She wasn't there. Let me back up. I'm Sophie Rodriguez, 23, and 3 hours ago I walked across a stage at Arizona State University with a marketing degree and summa cum laude honors. The seats marked Rodriguez family were empty. My parents skipped my graduation for my sister's prom. Now my phone has a Venmo request from my mom for $800. Riley's prom emergency. Hair crisis. Need immediate help. No congratulations. No acknowledgement that I just finished 4 years of college while working 2 jobs. Just a bill. Growing up in Phoenix, my mom Patricia had one rule. Good daughters make life easier for everyone. Translation: you sacrifice, everyone else benefits. Our house ran on appearances. Every Instagram post was staged, every family photo rehearsed. Blessed mama raising 2 amazing girls, she'd caption. Even after screaming at me for leaving my coffee mug in the sink, Dad would just mutter, "Let's not make this a thing," like that solved anything. Riley, my 17-year-old sister, was the star. 15,000 TikTok followers, perfect grades without trying, never heard the word no. When she wanted designer jeans, it was an investment in her confidence. When I asked for help with textbooks, it was "you're resourceful, figure it out." At 17, I worked nights at a coffee shop to buy Riley's homecoming dress. That's what big sisters do, Mom said. I remember standing there smelling like espresso while they both cried over how beautiful she looked. I felt invisible. 4 years later, nothing changed. My marketing degree was supposed to be my escape route. I'd landed a coordinator position at a Denver digital agency. Real salary, real independence, but today reminded me that some dynamics never shift. The graduation ceremony was scheduled for 2 p.m. Saturday. Perfect timing, right? Mom had been posting countdown Instagram stories for weeks. My college graduate, but everything changed 3 days before. Riley's prom is the same day, Mom announced at dinner. The salon only had 1 appointment available for the updo she wants. I looked up from my pasta. Graduation starts at 2. Prom isn't until 7. The appointment's at noon, then photos at 3, then we need to help her get ready properly. You understand. Dad nodded like this was completely reasonable. Riley didn't even look up from her phone. This is my college graduation, and this is Riley's senior prom. It only happens once. So does college graduation. Mom's voice got sharp. Don't be dramatic, Sophie. We'll watch the live stream later. I wanted to explode. 2 jobs for 4 years. Summa cum laude. Student loan debt. None of it mattered compared to Riley's hair appointment. I said nothing because that's what I always did. Graduation morning, I put on my cap and gown alone in my tiny apartment. No family getting ready photos. No proud parent moments. Just me in my bathroom mirror. I checked my phone one last time. Maybe they'd changed their minds. Nothing. The ceremony was beautiful, I guess. I walked across that stage, shook hands with the dean, heard my name announced to a crowd where my family should have been. My roommate Maya was there with her parents, who'd driven down from Tucson, just for me. "We're so proud of you," Maya's mom kept saying at dinner afterward. "Your parents must be over the moon." I just smiled and changed the subject. That night, back in my apartment surrounded by moving boxes for Denver, my phone buzzed. A Venmo request. Riley's prom emergency. Hair crisis. Need immediate help. $800. I stared at the screen. Not congratulations on graduating. Not sorry we missed it. Just another bill. I screenshotted it and sent it to Maya. She called immediately. Today. She's asking for money. Today. Apparently there's a hair crisis. Sophie, please tell me you're not paying this. I pulled up my bank account. $3,200 in checking after paying graduation fees. I had student loans, moving expenses, apartment deposits for Denver. Every dollar was already assigned. "I can't afford this," I said. "Good. Don't you dare send her anything." I typed back. "Can't help, just graduated today and have moving expenses." Her response came instantly. "Don't make this about you. Family helps family." There it was. Her favorite phrase. Family helps family. But it only worked one direction. That's when I remembered something. The joint savings account we'd opened when I was 16 for emergencies and education expenses. Mom was still listed as co-owner. I'd been putting money in there for years from my part-time jobs. I logged into the account. Balance, $1,900. Recent transactions made my stomach drop. $350 to Glamour Beauty Salon. $400 to Enchanted Evenings Boutique. $200 to Phoenix Limo Services. She'd already been using my savings for Riley's prom, without asking, without telling me. I sat there staring at those transactions for 20 minutes. 7 years of coffee shop tips and weekend work slowly building up emergency money for after graduation. Gone. Something shifted in me. Not anger exactly. Clarity. I called the bank. I need to remove the co-owner from my savings account. That would be Patricia Rodriguez. This will revoke all her access. Are you certain? I'm certain. Click. Done. For the first time in my life, my money was actually mine. My phone started buzzing immediately. Mom, why is my account access blocked? Dad, Sophie, your mother can't access the savings account. There must be a mistake. Then Riley, Sophie, Mom says you're being dramatic about the money thing. Can you just fix whatever's broken? I turned my phone face down and made myself a cup of coffee. My hands were shaking, but not from anger, from relief. Maya texted, "How are you holding up?" I sent her screenshots of the family meltdown. She called immediately. "They're losing their minds," she said. "Good. Let them figure out how to pay for prom without stealing my money. I'm proud of you." Nobody in my family had said that to me today. The next morning, I woke up to 14 missed calls, all from Mom. Her voicemails started calm and got progressively more unhinged. "Sweetie, call me back. There's obviously been a misunderstanding about the account. Sophie, this is ridiculous. I'm your mother. I have every right to access that money. You're being selfish. Riley's prom is ruined because of your tantrum. I deleted them all." Dad texted, "Please don't ruin this for your sister. She's been looking forward to prom all year." I typed back, "She can still go to prom. She just has to pay for it herself like everyone else." His response, "You know we don't have that kind of money right now." And there it was. The truth, they'd been counting on my savings to fund Riley's perfect night. Not asking permission, just assuming I'd go along with it like I always did. I was scheduled to move to Denver in 5 days. My new job started the following Monday. Perfect timing to disappear from this mess. But something in me wanted to see how this played out. Riley's prom was tomorrow night at the Grand Phoenix Ballroom. I knew exactly how these events worked, from helping plan school fundraisers, deposits up front, final payment due at the venue before the event starts. That evening, Maya came over with Thai food and wine. "So what's the plan?" she asked. "There is no plan. I blocked the account. Whatever happens, happens. You're not going to warn them." I thought about it. They had a week to figure this out. They chose to spend that week calling me selfish instead of finding alternative payment methods. Maya raised her wine glass. To boundaries. To boundaries. We spent the evening packing my apartment and planning my Denver life. It felt good to focus on the future instead of family drama. Prom day arrived. I spent the morning at the DMV handling address changes and other boring adult tasks. My phone buzzed constantly with family updates I didn't read. Around 4 p.m., Maya texted, "Want to grab dinner? There's a cute place across from the Grand Phoenix. You know, just in case we want to people watch." I laughed. "You're terrible. I'm curious." Sue me. The Grand Phoenix Ballroom looked like a fairy tale. Marble columns, crystal chandeliers, red carpet leading to glass doors, teenagers in designer gowns and rented tuxes posed for photos while their parents documented every moment. Through the restaurant window, I spotted Riley immediately. Silver sequined dress that probably cost more than my car payment. She looked beautiful, honestly. Mom was in full director mode, adjusting Riley's hair and positioning her for the perfect Instagram shot. Dad stood nearby in an ill-fitting suit, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. "There they are," Maya said. "Riley looks gorgeous, she always does." For a moment, watching my sister pose and laugh with her friends, I felt a pang of something. Not guilt exactly, but sadness. This should have been a happy family moment. We should have all been here together celebrating. Then I remembered the empty chairs at my graduation ceremony, and the feeling passed. Around 6 p.m., as the sun was setting, I saw the coordinator approach my parents with a tablet. Mom's expression changed instantly from photo-ready smile to confusion. The coordinator was showing them something on the screen, pointing and explaining. Mom shook her head vigorously. Dad pulled out his wallet, but the coordinator kept shaking her head. "Is this really happening?" Maya whispered. Other parents started noticing the commotion. Phones came out. Riley was still posing with friends, oblivious to the drama unfolding behind her. The coordinator spoke into her headset. More staff appeared. Mom was now frantically dialing her phone, probably calling the bank to demand they restore her access to my account. Dad was checking his own cards, but apparently his credit was maxed out or declined. I knew they'd been struggling financially since Dad got demoted at his insurance job last year. Riley finally noticed something was wrong when the coordinator tapped her shoulder. I watched my sister's face change from glowing happiness to confusion to growing panic. The coordinator made an announcement to the gathered families. Even from across the street, I could see the effect ripple through the crowd. Conversation stopped, heads turned, phones went up. Mom was trying to maintain composure, gesturing wildly and probably explaining about the technical error with the bank account. But the coordinator kept shaking her head. Maya was scrolling through Instagram. This is going viral already. #Phoenix Prom is trending. Look at these posts. She showed me her phone. Parents and students were posting about payment drama at the Rodriguez table. Comments ranged from confused to sympathetic to absolutely savage. Someone figured out it's connected to a graduation revenge story, Maya said. The internet works fast. I watched my mom try to solve a problem she'd created by stealing money she had no right to touch. I watched my dad scramble to fix something he should have prevented. I watched Riley's perfect night crumble in real time. For 23 years, I'd been the family safety net, the reliable daughter who worked extra shifts and asked for nothing, the one who stayed quiet and made everything easier for everyone else. Tonight, there was no safety net. Riley was crying now, her perfect makeup running down her cheeks. "We should go," Maya said quietly. "Not yet." My phone buzzed. A text from Riley. "Sophie, please help. Something's wrong with the payments and Mom is freaking out. Can you call the bank?" For the first time in our lives, Riley was asking me for help. I typed back, "Can't help. I'm no longer family, remember?" Through the window, I watched Riley show someone her phone, probably my response. She started crying harder. The coordinator was now addressing the entire ballroom. Teens stopped dancing. Parents whispered to each other. The perfect prom night was officially ruined. Mom was in full panic mode, frantically trying to solve the unsolvable. She kept pointing at her phone, probably trying to explain about the bank error. But the coordinator had clearly moved past explanations to solutions. Dad looked like he wanted to disappear into the marble floor. 20 minutes later, the coordinator made another announcement. Even from across the street, I could see families gathering their things. The event was being suspended until payment could be resolved. Maya's phone lit up with notifications. "Holy shit, Sophie. This is everywhere. Someone live-streamed the whole thing on TikTok. It already has 100,000 views." She showed me her screen. The video was titled "Rich Girls Prom Cancelled, When Parents Can't Pay." Graduation revenge story gets wild. The comments were brutal. Plot twist. Older sister graduated today and parents didn't even show up. The audacity to ask for money on graduation day. "This is what happens when you favor one kid over another," sister said. "No, and I respect it. This is insane." Maya said, "You're accidentally famous." I wasn't sure how I felt about that. We watched through the window as families started leaving. Some kids were crying, others looked confused. Parents were on their phones, probably arranging backup plans. Riley was sobbing in her expensive dress while Mom tried to comfort her. But what could she say? "Don't worry, sweetie, we'll steal money from your sister tomorrow." Dad approached them with his hands empty. Whatever he'd tried hadn't worked. That's when I saw him. A guy in a nice suit walking toward my family with what looked like a business card. Probably a manager trying to work out a payment plan or something. Mom's face lit up. She was nodding enthusiastically, gesturing toward Riley. Dad looked skeptical but desperate. "What do you think that's about?" Maya asked. Probably offering to let them pay in installments or something, but the conversation went on longer than expected. The manager kept talking, occasionally pointing at other families who were packing up. Mom's expression gradually changed from hopeful to confused to angry. Riley was just standing there like a beautiful sequined statue, watching her perfect night disintegrate. My phone rang. "Dad." I let it go to voicemail. Then it rang again. "Riley." I declined. Then Mom called. Declined. Then Dad again, and Riley, and Mom. "They're persistent," Maya observed. "They're desperate." Finally, I got a text from Riley that made me actually laugh. "Sophie, the manager says if we can't pay tonight, they're going to post about it on their Instagram as a warning to other families about payment policies. Mom is having a breakdown. Please just call us back." "They're worried about their image," I told Maya. "The Grand Phoenix is threatening to shame them publicly, and that's what finally got their attention. Not Riley's tears, not the ruined prom. The potential Instagram post. Exactly." 20 more minutes passed. We watched families trickle out of the ballroom until only a handful remained. Riley's friend group had clearly been told to leave. She was now standing alone with my parents, still in her gorgeous dress, mascara streaking down her face. I felt bad for her. I really did. Riley didn't create the situation. She was just the spoiled beneficiary of parents who played favorites. But watching her cry in that expensive dress while my mom frantically tried to solve a problem of her own making, I couldn't bring myself to feel guilty. My phone buzzed with a voicemail notification. Dad's voice, shaky and quiet. Sophie, sweetheart, we made a mistake. We should have been at your graduation. We should have been proud of you today instead of this. Your mother was wrong to use your money without asking. Can we please talk? Riley's heartbroken and your mom is... Please just call me back. It was the first time he'd acknowledged that they'd done anything wrong. I showed Maya the transcript of the voicemail. That's something, I guess, she said. It's damage control. He's not sorry about the favoritism or the years of putting Riley first. He's sorry they got caught. So, what now? I looked through the window one more time. The ballroom was mostly empty now. A cleaning crew was already starting to pack up decorations. My family was standing near the entrance, probably waiting for one final miracle. Now we go home. I have a life to pack for. As we gathered our things to leave, my phone rang again. This time it was a number I didn't recognize. Hello, is this Sophie Rodriguez? This is Jennifer Walsh from Channel 12 News. We're doing a story about the prom payment incident at the Grand Phoenix tonight, and we understand you might be involved. We'd love to get your side of the story. Maya's eyes went wide. I'm not interested, I said quickly. We've seen the social media posts about this being connected to a graduation revenge story. Can you confirm whether your family missed your graduation ceremony today? No comment. I hung up. Local news? Maya asked. Apparently this story has legs. We paid our check and walked to Maya's car. As we drove past the Grand Phoenix, I saw my family still standing outside, probably calling relatives to borrow money or figuring out their next move. For a split second, I considered rolling down the window and offering to help. Old habits. Instead, I looked straight ahead as we drove past. Any regrets? Maya asked. I thought about it. Ask me tomorrow. The next morning, I woke up to 47 missed calls and my phone on silent. The story had exploded overnight. Maya called at 8 a.m. Have you seen TikTok? You're everywhere. It's hashed graduation revenge is trending with 2.3 million views. I scrolled through the posts. Someone had pieced together the entire timeline. Parents missing graduation, the Venmo request, the blocked account, the prom disaster. The internet had decided I was the hero. Comments poured in. This is what boundaries look like. Parents really said prom, graduation, then asked for money. The audacity of that Venmo request. She said what she said and I respect it, but there were also critics. Family helps family. This is cruel. Ruining a teenager's prom is too far. Some things are more important than money. I turned off my phone and focused on packing. Denver was calling. 3 hours later, Dad showed up at my apartment. I answered the door in sweats, surrounded by boxes. Sophie, he looked exhausted. Can we talk? I let him in because he'd never come to my place before. Ever. Your mother's devastated, he started. Good morning to you too, Dad. She's getting crucified online. People are calling her horrible names. Riley's friends' parents are gossiping. This has gone too far. I sat down across from him. What did you want to talk about? We need you to post something. Tell people this was a misunderstanding, that we had financial troubles but we're working it out as a family. There it was. Damage control. Not an apology, not acknowledgement of years of favoritism. Just fix our image. No. Sophie, be reasonable. I am being reasonable, for the first time in my life. He ran his hands through his hair. What do you want? Money. We can pay you back the savings account when things turn around. I don't want money, Dad. I wanted parents who showed up to my graduation. I wanted a mom who congratulated me before asking for money. I wanted to matter as much as Riley does. You do matter. Yesterday was my college graduation and you chose hair appointments over celebrating your daughter's achievement. That's not mattering. Silence. We made mistakes, he said finally. You made choices. Dad left without getting what he came for. I went back to packing. Riley texted that afternoon. Can we meet? Just us? Against my better judgment, I agreed to coffee. She looked different without the prom glamour. Younger, tired. I'm sorry, she said immediately. About everything. Thanks. I didn't know Mom was using your money without asking. That was wrong. I stirred my latte. Riley, did you know they weren't coming to my graduation? Yeah, but I thought you wouldn't care that much. You're not really the sentimental type. not sentimental. That's how my family saw me, the practical one who didn't need recognition or celebration or basic respect. I worked 2 jobs for 4 years to get that degree. I graduated summa cum laude. It was the biggest day of my life so far. Riley's eyes filled with tears. I didn't think about it that way. That's the problem. Nobody in our family thinks about how things affect me. I'm just supposed to be understanding and helpful and grateful for whatever scraps of attention I get. What can I do to fix this? Nothing. It's not your job to fix mom and dad's parenting. Are you really moving to Denver? Monday, will you ever come back? I looked at my sister, really looked at her. She was 17, spoiled but not malicious. She was raised to believe she was the center of the universe because our parents made her the center of theirs. I don't know, Riley, but I need space to figure out who I am when I'm not constantly trying to earn love that should have been given freely. She cried then. Real tears, not manipulation. I love you. I love you too, but love isn't enough if it only works one direction. 5 days later, I was in Denver, small apartment with mountain views, walking distance to my new office. Maya helped me unpack and set up furniture from Facebook Marketplace. Any word from the family? She asked while we assembled a bookshelf. Dad called twice. I didn't answer. Mom's still posting dramatic Instagram stories about difficult times and learning who your real family is. Riley texts every day, but I need space. How do you feel? I thought about it. Lighter. Like I've been holding my breath for 23 years, and I can finally exhale. My first day at the marketing agency was amazing. Smart colleagues, interesting projects, a boss who appreciated my work ethic. During lunch, I put my diploma on my desk and took a picture for Instagram. New job, new city, new chapter. Sometimes the best thing you can do is choose yourself. The post got 500 likes from college friends and work acquaintances. Real people who actually knew me, not strangers invested in family drama. That evening, Riley called. I saw your post. You look happy. I am happy. Mom says she's going to therapy. Dad too. They want to work on things. Good for them. She wants to call you. I'm not ready for that conversation yet. When will you be ready? I don't know. Maybe never. Maybe in a year. I need time to figure out who Sophie is when she's not trying to please everyone else. I miss you. I miss you too, but missing someone doesn't mean you should go back to a situation that hurt you. 6 months later, I got promoted to senior coordinator. My boss said I had excellent boundary setting skills and natural leadership qualities. If only she knew where I'd learned those skills. I started dating someone from work who thought my independence was attractive, not threatening. I made friends who celebrated my wins without asking for favors. Mom finally stopped trying to contact me after I blocked her number. Dad sends LinkedIn connection requests I ignore. Riley texts occasionally with life updates. She's working part-time and saving for community college since the college fund apparently went to prom expenses. People ask if I have regrets about the prom situation. The honest answer is no. For 23 years, I was the family safety net, the reliable daughter who made everyone else's life easier. I gave and gave and gave until I had nothing left for myself. Cutting off toxic family isn't cruel. It's self-preservation. I'm not ungrateful. I'm grateful every day. Grateful I learned to value myself. Grateful I found the courage to walk away. Grateful I chose my own happiness over their dysfunction. Walking away doesn't mean you lost. It means you finally chose yourself. And sometimes, choosing yourself is the most grateful thing you can do.